Pounders, we're back. We'll be drafting another DAWG Bowl today on Underdog Fantasy. And join with me, the same guest, Nick, NF42. What's going on, man?
What's up, Pat? What's up, Pounders? Happy Hump Day.
Happy hump
Congratulations
day.
also to everybody that's got McCole Hardman on their teams. He's
He's
officially
live.
back as a Chief. There's no Justin Watson, so maybe we'll get some points again from him.
Isn't that crazy? And just like that, those shares aren't completely dead, basically. Yeah. That's like the nicest thing I can say about that scenario.
It's the best situation for him, right? He goes back to Mahomes, a quarterback that knows him, a system that he knows, so it's not going to take him that much time to get up to speed in that offense again. So excited to see what he can do for that team.
No, that it is pretty big news and a team that is struggling to make any sort of big plays. So that is a really good point, especially to bring up early. It's very interesting. The best landing spot, like you said, for McCole. So I luck into him on my $500 team with Drewski. He was just a last round pick, but
right.
My God, should have been Puka. Like who would have? I didn't think we'd be saying that like 7 weeks in. Like, oh, should have drafted more Puka. Like,
yeah, right.
Crazy, fellas. Welcome to the live stream. On the way in, slap the like. Do me a favor.
Now we just need Matt Collins to go to a competent team and get him rolling somehow.
Crazy. They bring in Van Jefferson. Like,
yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Carlos, drafting this week brings me very little joy. Well, that's why we're here, man. That's why we're here. I reached out. Let me see. I reached out yesterday, see if there's a promo. I'll reach out again. I don't believe this is the only spot that I draft from for DAWG Bowls. This is number 4 in a row, being 9 or 10. Annoying.
Yeah, tough. It's a tough draft spot.
Back end blows because you're basically choosing between Devontae. If we're lucky, Jacobs will be there.
Yeah.
But Jacobs usually isn't. It's usually Mahomes, Devontae, Barkley, or Andrews start. And obviously it's not the most fun. Now, I've seen some Keenan Allen, Herbert teams already because Herbert will fall. If in a sharper room, the team doesn't have Keenan Allen, yeah, sure, you're probably shooting to get Palmer. But he's an easy one-off piece too.
Yeah,
so
him or Everett.
Guaranteed.
One of those pieces for sure.
Mm-hmm. Are you worried about Parham at all? Like he's been solid in the red zone.
In terms of Everett stock, yeah. Definitely, because he takes away those goal line touchdowns. It seems like they'd love to look for him. He's such a big target for that offense. In that aspect, it sucks. Yeah. But I think you're rolling the dice. I mean, he's going to get more receptions, or he has been getting more receptions. So if he does get the touchdown, then you're good. But
K-Walk goes here at 5. In front of Keenan Allen, where like for me, man, I'm gonna be overweight Keenan Allen, especially in battle royales. Like I'm gonna have Keenan Allen ranked at 4, one spot ahead of Diggs.
I think Allen and Diggs right now are kind of toe and toe in my book, only because Allen now said he's ready to go. We know that New England's got some issues with their cornerbacks right now.
Yeah.
So he should be just as live.
Dude, I'm on right 9. So we're in this predicament. I have a ton of Andrews already. So let's start it off with Devontae Adams. There's obviously a clear drop-off in skill level.
Yeah. Now, Jimmy is not practicing again today.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried with that.
But are you putting Puka in front of him?
No, definitely not.
I can't. Like, you can argue, like, DK, like taking DK on the way back around, but there's also no guarantee that we get DK. Would you rank DK ahead of Devontae Adams?
I still think even Adams has had some, like tricky weeks, but he should just be a receiver that's like matchup proof or quarterback proof for that matter. I mean, if they're smart enough, they're going to throw him the ball, which they haven't been doing a good job at that. But, I think he can get there if they're giving him targets.
ER7 popping up with a good question. Does McCole Hardman make Rice droppable in redraft? No. Honestly,
Definitely not.
if anything, it makes Sky more droppable. It makes it, obviously.
Yeah, the deep
MVS
threats.
shouldn't be on any rosters. This is interesting.
I think it hurts Tony, if anything, because Hardman's a gadget guy. Right? So is Tony.
Big time. Big time. But, like, I don't think anyone's rostering these players.
Not right now.
It's between these two for me.
I would go Jones again. I would just keep hammering him.
Just until the ADP.
He's definitely over Metcalf for me. It would have definitely been in play to take a quarterback like Allen because I think there is a huge gap in quarterbacks for this slate. But again, you could say the same thing with running backs.
I'm also okay with, like, getting Geno Smith and saying, okay, Geno's going to have his 2 touchdowns against a weak Arizona defense. And then just planning around his 18 to 20 points and then just saying, okay, basically you need Justin Herbert and Mahomes to not go nuclear for over 30, 32 points.
Yeah, good point.
At that same time, like, you need your first round pick to be worth it, and we'll see.
It's hard to get Geno and the pieces though. I mean, if you draft Metcalf this round, you can get to Geno, but if you don't get Metcalf, then getting Lockett and Geno are, I think, actually it's not that tricky, is it? Because Lockett could fall to you, and then you can get Geno in the 4th round. But
people are smart though. Like in this room, which I'm assuming is going to be smarter room. Shout out to King of Kings. Crash Rich is always up there. People reach on Lockett because he's that spike week guy. You can already see, like, he's going to be ahead of DJ Moore very soon. He's going to be ahead of Terry very soon. And now you're not getting Tyler Lockett, as much as you want. Amari Cooper over DK is insane. Christian Watson, I don't mind that take for this week.
Yeah, and Deshaun's still not practicing, so Amari should definitely not be going that early.
Hell
not
no.
With the quarterback situation if Deshaun's not playing. I mean, I know that he was decent last week, but not for a 2nd round pick.
Right. I like what Tanner did here with the Monra and Lamar Jackson. It's not going to be, it's not going to be unique, but I still like building around that game. So this basically means that the Laporta team, you think he's going to get Goff at 48? Amon-Ra has, like, I'm not opposed to going naked Goff too.
Yeah.
Again, it's not a super large field tournament. If you have QB scoring, I do believe that it drops off like pretty bad. Like Jordan Love could have one of those games from early season, where he's spreading the ball, maybe gets a rushing tutty, and he gets 18 to 20, and that's fine. Like, it doesn't kill you, it doesn't overly help you, but I do agree. After Goff, Staffy, Love, and Geno Smith are off the board.
Once Geno's gone, you're
not having fun.
Praying for your quarterback.
You're not having fun. So probably my next favorite after that is Sam Howell, and it's right off ADP, but I think it's correct.
Yeah, same.
Let's see what comes back to us because I have an idea of what I think we want to do.
I like Marquise is still on the board. That'd be my favorite receiver, I guess, that's left over DJ. Even over
That's
Moore
my
at this
pick
point.
too. I just hope that these guys aren't in the live stream.
Yeah, don't be stream sniping us.
It's clear. It's very clear that it's probably one of these two. All right.
I would say DJ Moore over London, but again, London has
just for the game stack.
Yeah, it's Marquise Brown for me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. We see Kyler. Doubtful for this game, but practicing. Return from the pup. Crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to see how fast they want to, bring him back. I mean, Dobbs has been somewhat serviceable for them, so I don't think they need to rush it. And they're obviously not playing for much, right?
Mm-hmm. Right, they're 1-5.
So
David Montgomery doesn't practice again today. No huge surprise. Craig Reynolds, hamstring and toe, did not practice today. Jahmyr Gibbs, limited.
I know Kareem Hunt wasn't practicing, which is great for Jerome Ford. I don't know how serious that is. It's probably just like a maintenance
Veteran
day
rest
for him.
day. Could have been.
Yeah.
Lamar
But
Jackson
I think
on.
Ford's very much in play if for whatever reason Hunt's not suiting up this weekend.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And right here is QB time. Whether
Yes.
it's Jordan Love and we try to backstack him,
Or we go naked Goff.
or we can go naked Goff.
I think both are fine.
Let's go naked Goff with this one. Let's go naked Goff. I do think they're going to have to throw the ball more. With no David Monty, pounding the ball 25 plus times on the ground. And we saw it last game. Like, Goff had to throw the ball more. Turns into fantasy points. Now, would I love to have Amon-Ra? Would I love to have Sam Laporta? Sure. But now you basically just have to make that bet that he spreads the ball. And there's enough weapons there.
What was JMO's snap count last week?
It was like 22%. It was low. It was low.
Yeah. 23%. So he only had 16 snaps. I'm sure that's going to be going up each week, but that's not very encouraging. I don't think he gets over 50 then.
It's Deggy. Welcome to the live stream. So I'm 3-3 in my 12-man PPR. Should I try to trade Jefferson and just wait it out for him to come back? It's a tough situation. I would wait. If you win this week, like, you're fine. If you lose this week, if you lose the week after that, like, I'm not worrying until I'm 3-5. You do have some people interested. You wait on it, because if you miraculously win, say you lose this week, right? And you're 3-4, and you win the week after that and you're 4-4, like, again, you're fine. You don't have to sell low, because you're likely not going to get equal value for your number one overall pick, and you're not in a desperate situation. So I would refrain from trading Jefferson right now.
Agreed.
This is like the unknown pick, right? But it also probably has the highest upside when we think about that, like the receivers that are left.
Yeah, Dobbs is intriguing to me because it's good leverage on Watson playing Denver.
But we have Aaron Jones too. Does that bother you at all?
We'll forget about Dobbs. If we didn't have Jones, I think Dobbs is a good choice.
Agreed.
I took Deontay in my last Dog Bowl draft. I was 101. I had Kelsey, and I think my receivers ended up being Lockett, Myers, and Deontay. So, but I agree with you on Deontay. I hope they don't have his reps are capped, and then it's not a great pick then. But
I think they're going to be. But again, he's been out they put him on the IR. So he's been out for a while. They're not going to return him until he's ready. I would lean.
That's my concern with him then.
I do lean Sutton for this game stack. I think Sutton goes too late. I think Dobbs goes too late. Curtis Samuel's a spike week guy. Josh Reynolds, like, he's still got like 80% of the snaps last week, or like high 70s. So it's a very, very smart. Deontay is back this week. He finally has a projection on Yahoo of 10.5 full point PPR points.
So in this Denver Green Bay game, who is Alexander going to be more matched up on? Is it Sutton or Judy?
In my mind, it's Sutton.
So then
let me check the snap count for Judy real quick.
It's still pretty low,
because I saw him coming off the field like every 2 plays.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty low snap count, if I'm not mistaken.
Denver.
Sutton was for sure the highest.
94%, Judy 65%. Yeah, so I'm not mixing in Judy in this situation.
But if Alexander's matched up against Sutton, that's a little concerning to me from a matchup point of view.
It gets gross at tight end too.
I think we are going tight end here first, correct?
Yeah, we can, because honestly, I don't even mind if we go Josh Reynolds, who's still seeing a high majority of the snaps. And again, he's a leverage pick off of Amon-Ra. 81%, even if this drops down to 70.
I like Muth.
Yeah, 100%. It's Muth or Komet, and Komet's like a small mini stack for us with the Chicago Vegas game.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about those Chicago pieces. I think Njoku could be a fun play, but I'm also worried about his quarterback situation.
Yeah,
Deshaun plays, I would love him. What running backs are left if we wanted to go into a 2-2 build?
Rashawn Johnson's a mini stack. You know I like him this week.
Yeah.
He's just like the unknown pick, right?
For sure.
And I think if Aaron Jones for some reason doesn't end up playing this week, you almost have to pick swap for AJ Dillon, because there's no one else down here that has the same upside as a pick swap.
Yeah, well, 100%.
So we get Rashawn if we want him for the mini
stack. And then what are the receivers
that we Josh Reynolds.
We don't want Rashawn. What are the receivers on the board? Okay.
Yeah.
Not very pretty.
No. Yeah. Excuse me. Hunter Henry doesn't practice today. Fuck. If he ends up not playing, like, Gesicki is in play.
All right, so we have to click one of these two guys.
I'm cool going Reynolds.
Okay.
I already have a lot of Rashawn.
Okay, let's go Reynolds. Sounds good.
Reynolds makes a lot of sense here. Just you're leveraging the Amon-Ra teams, which is
if
what
Henry's
percent
out,
is stacking?
Was Bourne already taken?
Bourne's still in play. He doesn't go drafted.
He doesn't have an ADP. Drafted. There you go.
He has an ADP, but
if Henry's not getting drafted, I mean, is this guy not the best target now? I mean, he was targeted like 11 times last game.
I know, but do you want anyone on New England?
I mean, if they're getting me 11 targets, sure.
Let's pull it up. I don't think Hunter Henry really makes me like move the needle for or against Bourne.
Yeah, because he's a goal line anyways. It's if anything, it probably helps Zeke out if you want to draft him as a running back.
Tyquan Thornton, welcome back to the Patriots. What did he do last week? Because I feel like it was absolutely nothing.
There you go.
Points, baby. Get me those points. Oh, this is so true. This is so true. Steve Smith destroyed Judy's career by calling him a jag. That was comical. That was comical. +6 for DAWG Bowl. We'll jump into a battle royale while we wait.
Should I help fill this thing up?
Up to you. Entirely up to you.
Why not?
If you feel like drafting, let's go.
Now we only need 4 more.
Josh Downs or Tutu.
Josh Downs, fire him up this week.
I like Josh Downs with Minshew.
And Pierce is, I think, going to be ruled out.
Some shoulder injury for Pierce. Yeah. That's very nice.
It sucks because if you're thinking about matchups, Cleveland's not ideal, but
Mm-hmm.
Tutu is now, like, in my opinion, going to be faded out week by week with Cup and Puka.
Oh shit! Both filled. Let's go. Wow, DAWG Bowl. That was +6. That filled fast.
It's the power of the Pounders.
19% full. I want to say this is ahead of schedule. Compared to any other week. I'm not saying it's ahead of schedule like going to Phil. Deggy sneaks in this one with us. Brian over here in the one spot. How about we got Crash Rich again, who's in every lobby. Nick snuck in here. Brian. I don't recognize any of the other names. If you're in here with us in the live stream, let us know where you're drafting from.
Could this be the Miami draft? Someone from this draft room going to win?
Dude, this is such a good point. He is a really good just teller of wide receiver talent.
Who's this?
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, we'll go either way. All right, Kelsey. Almost put him on the thummy. Today. Have you changed your mind whether Cup or Kelsey should go at 1, or do you just want basically even exposure to both?
For which contest?
Ooh, I like that. Let's go with Battle Royale first.
Battle Royale, I'm pretty much always clicking Cup if I get the 101. In DAWG Bowl, I've been switching it back and forth.
Copy. Must be nice to be able to switch them back and forth.
Yeah, I've been getting pretty lucky this week. Not gonna complain about it. If they want to keep beating me the 101s, then please.
I'm like
help
9
me.
spot, 10 spot, 9 spot, 10 spot. Can't complain. Finally get Keenan Allen exposure. Now, if I can just get Justin Herbert on the way back around, that'd be great. Charles says he's in the 10 spot. Cheese is in the house. If you guys haven't already, go down, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Yeah, I like the Jacobs pick here. Honestly, I do think there's a small cliff after that pick.
Yeah.
Ooh, I almost just went double tight end. Not that I don't think you can do it this week, but let's see what Bri does. Okay, I wanted Metcalf. Instead, we're gonna do something funky and go Lamar Kelsey, because I just think a lot of teams are double tapping Lamar Andrews. Or even Justin Herbert, Kelsey for that game stack, which I've done a couple times, but I think this is gonna be like extremely, extremely low owned. I'll try to bring Zay Flowers in for that team. All right, Barkley goes off right after. Mark Andrews at 10, which is what I've been doing too. It's just like a tough spot to be in.
Correct, yeah. But definitely think it's the right thing.
And then bringing in like your next pick, like running back. If DK's there, see Watt, Lamar, obviously you can always go to the stack. So it does leave you with options. Mahomes and Devontae Adams. Josh Allen off the board.
Let's see what he wants to do with Andrews here.
Nice.
Gets his stack in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to go to Aaron Jones.
100%. 100%. For me, you could put
Feels
Aaron
like
Jones.
Talk. Everybody's looking for Jones, but if it's right, then you could get the other pieces.
You could talk me into Jones before Devontae Adams right now. 2 more picks. Come to Papa. Yo soy tu papa. Honestly, any of these four, I'm cool with. On the clock here.
What are you gonna get? I mean, it
I'd
it feels nice.
love.
It feels nice to be
Let's
able to click
go.
Herbert or Metcalf, and you have the option to choose. Oh, you got the Herbert and Allen. That's even better. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't even see you had Allen on your squad.
Yeah, we're playing
That's
with
what you
fire
want.
right now. That's exactly. I feel good. I feel good. It gets ugly fast, but again, I think you can bring Tyler Lockett ahead of Pickens,
Yes,
even ahead of Zay Flowers if you don't have Lamar.
correct.
And Amari Cooper should be probably under all of these guys,
I
except
am
for maybe DJ Moore.
100% with the Lockett pick. I think his ADP is pretty incorrect, like you're stating.
Yeah. All right, this will be a fun one, hopefully.
I kind of want to.
Even
Can we trade teams? I kind of want yours.
well, maybe you'll win the giveaway to go to Miami with me. I don't know. We're gonna have to raffle it off, though. We're gonna have to raffle it off. I am fun at parties. Oh, sniper, really? Really? This guy's not fun at parties. Just confirmed. We'll steal your picks. We'll steal your picks and your thunder.
All right, guys. Everybody needs to start taking some running backs, tight ends here, quarterbacks. Leave some receivers for the rest of us.
14 seconds left on this board, and Pickens is falling. I don't see why I don't go Pickens here.
Yeah, I
Like
was
I
going to
like
say
Marquise. I
Marquise
probably
Brown
like
sounds
Marquise
nice.
Brown. I like Marquise Brown probably more, but
Yeah.
for the uniqueness of him falling. 12 seconds. Yep.
If it's right, it's right.
If it's right, it's right.
It's not making its way back because I was definitely taking them.
Well, just going over it real quick, like I think Gabe Davis is almost too big of a bet on Josh Allen. Like if Gabe Davis ends up having a big game,
Yeah.
Josh Allen's going to have an enormous game.
Yeah.
Now, can you have Gabe Davis have a big game, Josh Allen have a big game, and Justin Herbert still have a bigger game? Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I am heartbroken that Lockett went at 25. Especially after like a down week for Lockett. 12 points. It's the JSN that just like he's not earning snaps over the elite 2 in Seattle. So eventually one of those 2 wide receivers is going to have a blow up game. Wow, he actually went up to 72% this past week. I know he got like 5 or 6 targets.
Who's that?
JSN went up to basically an even share of snaps with DK and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What game was that again? That wasn't the Giant game, was it?
That was this past week.
Week 5. No, week 5 they were on a bye. Week 6 was Giants?
Week 6 what? Who'd they play? Did they play the Giants?
It was a Monday. Was it the Monday night game against the Giants?
Um,
No, Bengals.
the Bengals. Yeah, it was an ugly one.
Because
That
I
an
was
ugly one. It
actually
was like
at the Giant and Seahawk game, and
that was the game they threw it to him at like line of scrimmage every time.
Yeah, I just didn't really see much out of him, which it sucks. You want to see like this guy's like a generational talent, or I think he will be one day.
Damn. Okay, so like honestly, yeah, I'm not like thrilled with the routes he's running, but it seems
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
last week getting him more involved, it's not a crazy last round pick now against Arizona. I have to stress that, like, this game could go nuclear. Like, this is one of those games that it could go way over the spread. It's not, like, as obvious as, like, the Chargers versus KC, but, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be targeting
There
this
was
game.
so much hype, right, on JSN before the season started. I mean, I'm trying to remember in best ball, like,
Crazy.
where was he being drafted, like, when his hype was at its highest? Was he going before
50s,
or after
mid-50s.
Lockett? I know Metcalf was being drafted
Lockett was
before,
going way after.
so that's crazy,
Lockett was
right?
going way after. Yes. Yes. I was gonna double stack it here with Allen and Palmer.
Yeah.
Pain.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I was debating quarterbacks, which one to take, but
Mhm.
I guess Love makes more sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You have ways to backstack them if Musgrave makes it back to you.
Between these 4
Ah,
guys, I was just trying to play out in my head, like, how is Geno, Staffy, or Goff gonna, if they do outscore Love, like, how does this affect my team?
mhm.
And the pieces are hard to put together. Like, you did a good job getting Reynolds, but uh, when you're trying to figure out like your next receiver and such, it's like I don't really like a lot of the pieces that are left for us with these quarterbacks. Like Fant's out of the question for me. Higby just looks like he's being like forgot about now that Cup is back with Puka,
Yeah.
and you have Love with Jones at least. I mean, the one big game he had, right? That was he ended up having a huge catch for a touchdown,
Mhm.
right? That was his
Mhm.
20 something point game.
Yep.
So we need something like that to happen.
Ooh, Rashawn Johnson doesn't practice Wednesday.
Yeah, still in concussion protocol.
Dude, interesting.
I think he'll be all right. I mean,
Like, yeah,
do
I'm
players
still clicking
honestly
him.
when they're I mean, most players aren't in concussion protocol for that long, right? Where they miss 2 games. He missed last game because of it, but
Yeah, the hit wasn't like he was down for an extended period of time. It was like a
right.
solid fucking hit. I think it was
Do
a
you have
red
any
zone
news on
carry too.
do you have any news on Damian Harris?
It's not as serious as they initially thought, but yeah. So like not practicing, but like he's okay.
Okay. He's not still in the
It's
hospital.
not life threatening.
Yeah.
No. Uh and I think they canceled on Lenny like after they heard that news that he was gonna be okay.
Okay.
Like,
How do you
hey,
think
Lenny,
that works
save the
with
flight.
James Cook for this week? Because
It's
now it's
good.
really
It's
just Cook and Murray.
the thing is, like, Murray had a shit ton of carries inside the 5 last week,
Right.
so they're okay with just using Latavius Murray. It's weird, like, who really knows what goes through coaches' minds, and it's really tough to predict that sort of thing, like, which player they're gonna use on which drive and for what reason, but because we have seen Cook get goal line carries this year.
Who do you like then? Do you like Cook or Stevenson more for that game?
Oh, I like Cook just because
Okay.
I think they'll be playing from ahead.
Got it.
Um, live a little, live a little.
What's he gonna
I'm
do?
okay. I'm okay with last clicking tight end here, where I do think there's a lot of good scroll down options that are basically all the same. Like I don't
Uh-huh.
think there's any reason to go tight end before running back right now. Especially, I'm not picking for 15 picks. I have to go RB because after Rashad White, there's really nobody. And Rachaad White probably should be getting drafted a little bit more than he is right now. Obviously, he wasn't in the Detroit game script, but Detroit has a really good defensive line. So they've really good job at defending against the run this whole season. So I don't really take this game into consideration. And you just need him to get what? 12 points, like 12 to 15 points. And then you have to be right in other places.
I'm not loving my team so much, but what are you going to do? The options are bare.
It's ugly back here, dude. Like 8 through, I'll even say like 8 through 12 is really bad. I think it really falls off after these top 6 are off the board. And then 7 and 8 are like just a tier underneath. Like if you can get Jacobs or K-Walk, like I still think that starts okay. Man, the back end just seems so bad this week for me.
When you're like where I am or in the back, you're hoping like a player like maybe even like Pittman, somehow falls to you, and it feels a little bit better.
Alex asked JT or B-Rob this week for Battle Royale.
I want to say Brian Robinson, only because he's playing the Giants, and JT is playing Cleveland, tough run defense, still splitting work with Moss. I just don't like
JT
anything
playing
about
against
that.
Cleveland too is just not a great matchup.
It feels like crazy to say you should be starting Robinson over JT, but I honestly think in my heart it's probably right.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. I'd love to get Mayer for this little game stack against Rashawn Johnson. We'll see if he comes back. If not, can't go with McBride because of Brown.
Well, I'm gonna give you a chance to get him. I'll be taking somebody from this LAC KC game.
Yeah, that was my backup. That's basically my. Oh, no one should go tight end. Okay.
Only this person can draft a tight end technically.
So like Mayer saw his snaps increased again, his targets again increased, and you can see that they're trying to get the tight ends more involved. I think that just continues with Brian Hoyer at QB too. It's like 81% of snaps. Little mini game stack. It's an ugly game, but I think we can still pull pieces from it that could work.
I mean, you got to follow the snap counts, right? I mean, it's an indication of anything. So
let's go to last week's DAWG Bowl. 0.6 points from tight end. So like this is what I'm saying, where like you don't have to be optimal, right? You just want to really give your team a good chance. And like how do you do that? If you obviously don't hit, like if you get 0 here, like he had to be super optimal here between Mostert, Amon-Ra, Thielen, and Goff.
Well, you can see his thought process, right? Obviously, he gets his quarterback and his receiver pairing. Then he did a little game stack between Mostert and Thielen. Myers was his Myers and Kittle were his like wild card
+1.
Yeah.
And then for the 2 spot, this is more balanced type scoring. Losing 4 points from Myers to Nico Collins, but gaining 14 points here, losing 10 points at QB, 7 points at QB. So like you want to raise it's almost like having high floor for this contest. But with how deep we're drafting, 72 players, double battle royale, there are room for mistakes. Like Ayuk 9.6 wasn't optimal. Like no one has the optimal at the top here. So
yeah, at least for this week, but you never know.
It should give you hope. Should give you hope. Like if this team just
this team has throwing your money into the DAWG Bowl. Free advertisement.
No, please don't. I prefer when it doesn't fill. I'm like 89%. Like I'm cool with overlay. That's if anyone is sharp, that's exactly what they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Just reading here. I think agree with the decision was a total coin flip. We'll see if JTS breaks out. I don't think he's going to break out against Cleveland.
Yeah, same.
I did 4 teams in Battle Royale. Love the team. Patty, Kelsey, Devontae, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, JT. You never know. You never know. Field size double this week, though. It's double this week.
Half the price.
Exactly. So like you don't have to invest as much, or you can invest as much as you did last week. Man, losing the voice. Still coming back here. Still coming back. You can do double the amount.
Let me know
last week.
Just tag me in if you need a break.
Give them the signal. All right, let's do one more. Let's jump in one more lobby. +10, +9.
Let's see how fast we can get this filled. Where's the?
I don't know, man.
The Pounders
I don't know, man. I got like a sprinkle of influence here. You can see it coming in. A little sprinkle.
Yeah.
I have to jump into a battle royale.
I'll keep
Man
you
of the
posted
people.
on this.
Man of the people. We don't keep there's no commercials here. My voice will come back someday. It's been a rough go. We get the 6 spot. Which like I don't mind as much in battle royales.
I've been getting a little sneaky in the 6th spot. I've been actually drafting when Amon-Ra is obviously on the board. I've been taking him with Andrews, just knowing that Andrews is on the other side of the board. He's going at 12. More than likely, it's hard for him to make it back to you on the 3-4 turn. It's a nice game stack as well. So I've done a few of those.
How about Kenneth Walker with Andrews?
Haven't done that yet.
It's gonna be even less.
I'd have to check my teams to see if Andrews has if I've gotten Walker to fall and then Andrews to refall and see if it worked out that way, but not
right.
Not from the the 6-7 position.
That's where you risk it if you are reaching on someone that could have in any other draft came back around to like 18.
But don't you think St. Brown and Andrews is kind of more optimal than Walker and Andrews?
It could be. It could be. What if Amon-Ra isn't the piece this week, which I highly doubt. Like, especially with Monty out, I think they're gonna be throwing the ball more.
Yeah. I just
think I do like that, and I've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
But I'm also not opposed to getting Eckler at 6. I'm not opposed to that.
How about Eckler and St. Brown? That'd be nice.
No, I would throw my own team out. Like, you got to report this. I know you've seen us do the Amon-Ra Josh Jacobs. Let's build this. Let's build this out. And maybe this is a golf team.
I also like doing this because there's one running back on the board still that has not, risen to where his ADP should be, and he falls kind of on the turnover there. So, that's why it's nice to kind of skip on running back.
100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. It does feel bad not getting one of these 4 receivers. I will say that.
But I like St. Brown. You gotta put some respect on this guy, man.
No, I mean one of these top 4. I'm not saying Adams.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't get one of those 4, I'm on the same page with you, like where it's dicey.
You're shooting darts. Like, I think you can add DK in there, but what's the difference between like DK or Lockett? Like, it could be either one of their weeks, right?
Yeah. I mean, the same could be said about Watson and Dobbs, but Dobbs hardly goes drafted.
Yeah, I agree. That's egregious. Just from one down week.
Yeah, I mean, look at his targets the 2 weeks beforehand, right? I mean, I know Watson was coming back into it. I mean, all this, but Love knows he's a reliable receiver on his team.
And they didn't get him involved. They didn't even make an effort. That was
But Love
play
also had a
calling is
terrible
so
game,
bad.
and Watson really would have had a bad game too if he didn't salvage it with that one long pass.
That play calling was terrible, though.
Bijan he keeps falling, man. Bijan is like going in like the third round now almost every time, and I don't know where his ADP is going to be by tomorrow.
I'm
good with
completely
that.
okay with going.
Yeah, this is how you leverage the Walker teams that like are just basically on autopilot, where they just go Walker, St. Brown.
Right.
I mean, some of them are going to be taking Walker and Metcalf, but that might not be optimal.
Right, and then all you need is Aaron Jones to outscore Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Metcalf gets the points, then obviously Walker's not getting them. So that's where you'd want Jones.
Definitely a Jared Goof squad.
Oh yeah, unless
Can't
you
go
want to get
Lockett.
spicy with Gino.
I don't hate Gino. Like, I like Gino this week. I do like Goff a little more.
Yeah, I think if you want to try building this team out twice, you do the first one with Goff, and then if you do it again and you say I want to kind of mix it up, then take Gino.
I agree with that. It's tough. Like, even on Monday, how different the drafting landscape was, where I was really loving 2 running back teams because I think they were all going a little later. We see Josh Jacobs actually fall at 13 in this room. Like, if this Eckler team, I'm probably going double RB with Eckler here at 5. Like, give me
And
the
I think
next best
Bijan
off
in the fourth
ADP.
round is a great deal if you're building a team out like without running backs and you're getting Bijan in the fourth round as your first RB.
Yeah,
And
that's
that feels
really
great.
cool.
Because after
That's really
Bijan,
cool.
it's like, God, it feels awful. Really does.
Ooh. Marquise sniped thin air ahead of Mike Evans, which I'm not doing, but
What do you think of do you have any Godwin teams? Are you fading him completely or
yeah.
yeah?
I'm gonna fade Godwin. I'll bring him in on DAWG Bowl teams, but Fook. This is where it gets sort of like give me like almost Joshua Palmer-esque.
I still like Terry against the Giants.
He was getting more targets. I would say Dobbs, but have Aaron Jones. Again, I like Dobbs
If you
too.
wanted an Arizona piece, we could go Michael Wilson.
I think even Sutton as a bring back in this game.
Okay.
Like, Sutton
Why not?
doesn't go drafted, not drafted often, at least. His
Not often.
ADP's all the way down here. I think he makes a lot of sense. You could talk me into Drake London. You
Sure.
could talk me into Gabe Davis against New England. Let's go Gabe here. Let's go Gabe.
He's definitely got a high ceiling. We know that.
already have Mark Andrews, so not going to say Flowers. Terry, it was reassuring, the targets that he pulled this last game.
Yep.
After disappearing against Chicago, where they only passed to Logan Thomas. So this is definitely a good get right game for Terry. And you're right, against the Giants, I probably should be mixing in more Terry into my portfolio.
And you got to also consider like Dotson is a ghost on the team.
Oh,
I mean,
my God,
he
I
is like
hate it so
visible,
much.
right? Like just look at his stat line. It's disgusting.
I don't want to, but you're going to make me. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on between him and Howell. Like maybe they got into a fight at the dining hall, but he's not getting any love.
It's been a tough go. All right, got to back out of because I'm not gonna have time, but we can do another battle royale.
No, the Giants also. I mean, look, Sexy Dexy, Leonard Williams. They're not like playing the best, but we don't have like a bad defensive front. So I do
Mhm,
think you're going to see a healthy amount of McLaurin and Thomas in that game.
mhm.
I because this spell that Dotson has is, you know, yeah, you can't trust him. You're not drafting him after what happened last week.
Alex asked, "Who's your favorite running back value, uh, in Battle Royale this week?" And
It's
I
got to be
think
Aaron
for both of
Jones.
us, it's Aaron Jones, and then after that, it's probably Pacheco.
Yeah,
But, you
yeah.
can see, like, the field where Bijan started over Barkley, over Jacobs, the field is finally adjusting to, like, "Hey, Algiers getting the red zone carries." Like, we have to push him down. Like, please,
I
someone
mean, I
push him
think
down.
when Gibbs is expected to play, you're going to see a little bit of him rise up. I mean, that's really about it in terms of running backs. You might be right about Rashawn Johnson when he's expected to play. He may go up a little bit. He might see an uptick, but it's not going to be like
Yeah.
insane like Mostert. Jones has got
No,
Mostert
no,
potential for the bigger slates.
I agree. I definitely agree there. Um, and again, if he doesn't play, it sucks. I think he
Yeah,
basically
because AJ
now
Dillon does not justify a first round or second round pick, right? But
I
he
think
could.
against Denver, I think you have to,
You know,
if
you
Aaron Jones
100% do.
isn't active. Like,
Right.
you hate it, it's probably gonna be chalk, but so is Aaron Jones. Like, Aaron Jones goes drafted every time. So,
So
we
where would
know that
AJ Dillon be going without Jones if that was the option this week? Where would he be drafted at?
probably right after Brian Robinson or right before. Like,
Right.
he wouldn't go lower than
So in
like, he wouldn't go
BRs,
behind 4.
he'd be a last round pick, and in dog bowls, he'd
Right,
probably be going in like the fifth.
right. It's like after Aaron Jones, the next running back, the ADP is like more than 12 picks.
Yeah,
So it would be in this pile, I believe. We'll
yeah.
call it. We'll be nice. Nick, welcome to the live stream. Nate's is in the house.
Dotson forgot
That's
to get him a
gonna
birthday card.
That's
Yeah,
solid. That's solid
absolutely.
comedy. Ponder's bringing the heat. We got our rake back. Let's see how much rake back we got.
By the way, just so you know, as soon as you left that dog bowl, it dropped to like
Yeah.
8 people. So like 4 people just scrambled.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's your influence, by the way.
$43 in rake back last week. And we got paid out for our weekly winners.
Ooh, look
2
at
min
this.
cashes.
Mahomes. That feels good.
The min cash king is here.
Do you like going Mahomes with Pacheco to have piece of that game? Or are you thinking maybe just go Mark Andrews?
Let's sit on this for a second here. Barkley's gonna be chalk, which I don't really care too much about.
I'm into Pacheco or Andrews here.
I do like Andrews. I'm gonna have so much Andrews this week because it falls off after. What if we just go Sam Laporta?
You'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like later?
No,
Or
right
just
here.
slam it there.
Right
I think
here.
that would be nuts.
Yeah.
You're loco, man.
Who else is doing that?
Yeah, but he's still
Nobody.
you're still able
No
to get
one.
him.
No one. No, I don't think so.
Really?
I
He
don't
doesn't
think so.
you don't think he comes back to the 4-5 turn at all?
Not with this combo. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The reason being is, like, after I pair them in the same tier. Like, I really do. Laporta
Oh my
already
god, you
has
actually picked Laporta.
yeah, Laporta has a tight end 1 finish
I
this
thought you
season
switched it.
already. He already has a tight end 1 finish this year. They don't have Demont. You can make the case for Laporta over Andrews pretty easily. Literally, Mark Andrews last game looked like a lineman for the first half of the game. like MIA.
I'm gonna
Like,
clip this and send it to Mark Andrews. He's gonna ruin your
Nelson
whole team.
Aguilar was catching passes. in front of Mark Andrews last week in the first half.
Come on, man. It's Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm gonna have a shit ton of the top 3 tight ends this week because it drops off. Like your next choice is Darren Waller.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah.
There's no chance we get Aaron Jones.
Look at these quarterbacks coming back to you, and then if these guys are smart, they know you have a quarterback, they can kind of push it. If they're
Yeah,
like,
but
if
but
this
they
guy's like,
each
I'll take whatever comes back to me between these two.
there's no chance we get Aaron Jones. Let's
Wow.
go.
Okay.
Speak it into existence.
That guy did you a favor for picking Laporta. He said, "You
Poor
know what?
man. He said,
I'll
poor
give you
stupid
Jones."
fish. This is how you do it. Just a completely uncorrelated naked team, and then you just wrap it in a bow with Rashee Rice
Love the Rice pick. I have a couple of them with
or
Mahomes.
or Palmer for the game stack, this is just a leverage pick off of the Keenan Allen teams. Or
Got to
Dobbs.
imagine if Rice has a big game,
No, we
like
can't
you've
go
said
Dobbs.
before, Mahomes is probably benefiting a ton from that.
Yeah, because we're already assuming that Kelsey has, his 7, 8 catches for 76 yards and
But
most likely a
Palmer is
touchdown.
probably the more unique way to go.
With the game stack.
But I don't know. You might be the only combination of this team with Rice, for all we know.
Yeah, I do crazy things. Some things make sense. Some things sense is optional, and we went with sense is optional for this $5 draft.
I'm glad I was here to see it.
I think they're gonna have to throw the ball more. Really depends on if the Chargers are playing like shit or not. Like if
Why
they
not just go
are,
crazy and draft Gabe Davis while you're at it?
oh, I could have gone Gabe. Yeah, no, we'll do this team again. We'll have to remake this one. No, well, we gotta remake this one. Who got snacks? Welcome to the live stream. Crazy how some users in Underdog Bestball tournaments already have 900 plus points. Yeah,
I got one.
this kid's in like 50th.
Just one.
It's the beard. It's the beard.
Luckily, dude, my team's healthy, man. That's the biggest thing. Like I have no injuries, which is great.
Henry helped you
Henry's
out
going to be my
last
only
week.
injury but tight end's one of those positions where I'm like, I'm okay with that being the least of my worries.
Right. What are you losing? 6 points
Right.
across the board.
So I mean, I still have 2 tight ends. They're not great, but they'll do.
I have. All right. Let's just peek the portfolio. We're back. We're back on the Mike Evans bandwagon this week.
I'm tell
not
you what,
fucking around.
If you go Mike Evans every week from now on and you have him at over 40%, you'll hit it.
I'm gonna be a millionaire eventually.
You'll hit it.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
So look at the 3 tight. I mean, Kyle Pitts. I think there is a drop off after Laporta, but Kelsey 23%, Andrews 29%. So I'm drafting these guys. Look, I was due to bring in some Laporta. I'm light on Laporta. Jones, Walker, like these are my 4 favorite RBs on this slate. So it's good to see that your portfolio matches your take.
Yeah.
Probably won't. Dude, I just like Mahomes has not paid off a single time this year.
I know it's that whole offense that's kind of hard to determine because of his receiver pieces.
It's just been super flat type scoring, and then these are players I'm just mixing in. So like as you can see, I'm not high on Adams again this week for the reasons that we went over. With Jimmy probably not playing and whatever. I just like the pieces around him, like those running backs.
It might help Mahomes if they used McKinnon like they did last year. Like maybe if they just threw him
but
the
they
ball.
are. They sort of are. Like McKinnon's, he's out there. Like he's probably getting He's probably getting more snaps than you
Well, remember last year how many like 20-point games he had? I mean,
all in the red zone though.
has he
Off
had more
like
than 15 this year? I don't think so.
I think he had a game that was close, but again, like he's out there for basically a third of the time. It's just it's not the same type of goal line usage. Like red zone package. That's
Right.
where he really shined last year was red zone package. Like little flips, like
Yeah, but it worked. So why are they
broken
changing
down
it?
plays.
I don't fully understand it.
I don't know. But this is gross. Like this whole wide receiver core with like everyone getting 50% of the snaps. Now they run a ton of plays. That's where you benefit. And then the plays that they're out there probably more efficient with Mahomes than Baker Mayfield or Jordan Love. Like these 35
They
plays are
also
worth a
need to
lot
get
more.
Justin Ross on the field some more. Not saying that because I have quite a lot of him, but he's a pretty good football player from Clemson, if anybody forgot about him. Number 1 recruit, I think, out of high school. He could be on the field some more.
Was the name of the team in 50th the bearded man. NF42.
NF42.
We will release
And
his
it's also, I think,
identity.
47. So put some respect on that.
Yeah, no, don't round up because that shit could drop to like 3,000 next week. All right.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I've taken screenshots. Don't worry.
oh yeah, the equity has been secured. The equity has been secured.
I'm pretty
That's
sure when I
too
got
much.
into the top 10, I took a screenshot too, just so I could flex on it for like a minute.
Yeah, that's too funny. That's too funny. Guys, I appreciate you coming out tonight. If you enjoyed the live stream, make sure you smash the like on the way out. Hit the sub if you're not already subscribed, which I'm sure you are. Follow Nick on the Twitter machine and just kind of keep up with his dailies and his BBM4 leaderboard team. It's gonna be a sweat all year. We're all in the Discord off stream drafting
Get in the
together. So
Discord. You won't
yeah,
regret it.
yeah, hell yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out, Pounders.